everybody, and welcome to Cooking with Chris. Chris is back on her feet after her illness. She's just barely back with us, but we are really happy to have her back today. So we're sorry that we missed you last week, but we have 3 recipes for you this week from Chris. We're going to work through them one by one. Chris, what have you got for us?
Okay, we're going to start with a chicken salad, and for that we'll get our romaine here. And I usually add a little bit of spinach to mine too, just because I like the way that tastes. We're going to add 5 ounces of strawberries diced.
We're getting more organized. I was here before Chris arrived and I pre-measured everything. So when you see us, this stuff's all pre-measured. We use the scale.
Right. And then 3 ounces of cucumber. And then our 2 green onions chopped, which Alicia was kind enough to do for me.
This is a pretty hearty salad. I mean,
Yes.
This is like a pretty big lunch all on its own. When you start to look at the weight of the food that's going in here, you are not going to go hungry on this salad.
No, and it's perfect for summer. It has a little bit of citrus taste from the strawberry. Super yummy. Okay, then we're going to use a 1/4 cup of cilantro. Which is that there? Is that measured
This
out?
is not pre-measured. Oh,
Okay.
and I used our 1/4 cup already. So
Okay. You want to use 4 tablespoons instead?
4 tablespoons is
Okay.
perfect. So
Oops.
4 tablespoons is equal to a 1/4 cup.
Is cilantro on the free list?
Cilantro is on the free list. You can use as much cilantro as you want. So we're measuring just for the purpose of the recipe, but at home you could just, pick up however much you want. Cilantro, you can have as much as you like.
All right, so there's that. And then we're going to do a tablespoon of lemon juice.
If you want to squeeze it right into here,
Got it.
you can measure it out. Other way up.
Thank you. That's really counterintuitive for me every time. It seems like it should go the other way. All right.
Okay, 1 tablespoon.
1 tablespoon. Just all over. Perfect. And then you can add jalapenos depending on how spicy you like. I add up to 2 ounces for a salad, probably.
That's for a couple people though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's for a large salad. If you don't like spicy, omit it completely, or if you want to try a little bit, maybe you could start with a 1/4 ounce or a 1/2 ounce.
Okay, 1/4 ounce is about 3 slices from the jar.
Okay, and I'm just going to give it a quick chop. Okay, add that to the salad. And careful if you are not used to cutting jalapenos, if you touch your face after you touch the jalapeno.
Been there.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
And then you can just add your serving of chopped chicken to the top and mix it all together.
I bet Jason's hoping this is his lunch.
Just thinking.
And there we go, beautiful salad.
Wow, that looks amazing. I love the colors of the strawberries in it. Spicy and yummy.
Yep.
Fabulous.
All right, recipe number 1.
Okay,
There you go.
there it is. That is a huge salad.
Yes, it is.
Honestly, I would eat about 2/3 of that for lunch, and then a few hours later, if I got hungry again, I'd eat the other third then.
Right.
That's a lot of food.
Yep. Okay. So now we're going to do our red wine vinegar dressing. You have that there.
Here we go.
Okay, so we're going to do 2 tablespoons of red wine vinegar. Thank you.
Which was recently added to the unlimited.
Yes, that is a new addition to our nutrition plan.
Unlimited?
Yes, unlimited.
Wow.
Yeah, there is.
As long as there's no sugar on the ingredients list, right?
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, so long as the only ingredient is red wine vinegar, it's unlimited. And that's why I asked Chris to do a recipe with it today, seeing as it is a new addition.
Okay. Now we're going to add our olive oil. And we said that was 4 tablespoons. I got a little bit of cilantro in the bowl from the measuring spoon.
Extra delicious.
I love the way that looks.
So for some people, this might seem a little bit tart. For me, this would be a little on the oily side. I would be using more oil I mean, more vinegar and less oil.
Yeah, you can play with it, definitely.
But yeah, whichever way you want to go, just make sure when it's time to add it to your salad that you know that, there's several servings in here.
Right. So I'm just going to give that a good mix, and then we're going to add some garlic.
It's pink.
It is.
I love it. It's pink.
It's LiveFit dressing. Okay. And then we have the crushed garlic in a jar here, or you can dice your own garlic and add it however you want.
Show us how to dice.
Okay.
At home, I often use the garlic in the jar because, I much prefer fresh anytime I can. But sometimes I'm in a hurry, and honestly, if I can make cooking dinner easier just by using the pre-crushed stuff,
if you can get into it.
Again, though, check the ingredients. If you're buying a jar of garlic, make sure that it's just garlic, salt, and probably citric acid or something like that. No sugar.
Okay, so you're going to lay the garlic down and hit it with your knife.
Very carefully with your hand near that blade. My goodness.
And take the little sheath off of the garlic. Okay.
Wow, that was awful to watch. So close. Please be careful at home. Chris is a trained professional.
And then you're going to cut off, there's like a little root stem here that you want to cut off of the garlic because it doesn't taste good. And then you just lay it out and dice it just like you would anything else.
So it's actually a little bit smushed from how hard she just hit
Right.
it with the knife.
So I'm going to cut it into long sections and then turn those and then cut that into small little sections.
So close to the fingers with the knife.
And if you like it crushed, I like it like this because I like to be able to taste the garlic. If you like it crushed, you can lay your knife down and hit it until it's pulverized, basically. But I'm going to go ahead and add it like this. And the garlic sinks to the bottom, so you just want to make sure you give it a good stir before you add it to your dressing. And then pepper, of course.
Always with the pepper.
That. And then stir it up.
I can smell that. That smells really good.
Yeah, it does.
The vinegar and the garlic, good food.
So I have a question. When you add the red wine vinegar to the olive oil, so technically since you're allowed to have 1 tablespoon of oil a day and this has 4 tablespoons, is this 4 servings?
Yes.
Or do you measure out 1 tablespoon of the whole mixture together to make 1 serving?
I call it 4 servings.
Okay.
And just doing rough math on it, it would mean that you would have about a tablespoon plus 1 teaspoon
Right.
per day.
Mm-hmm.
You're probably not going to use that much all at once. You'll probably want to use some of your oil somewhere else.
Okay.
So if it was my salad, I would use about 2 teaspoons of the mix.
Okay.
Maybe just a little more.
Makes sense. All right, so let me give that a stir. Look how pink it is.
It's very pink. I love it. So pretty.
And there it is. Can you see it? All right. All right.
At home, I actually have one of those nifty little Tupperwares. The tiny little ones that you think, what am I ever going to do with this? And I usually put this sort of thing in there, and then you can just shake it,
Right.
measure it, and pour it straight onto your salad.
Yep. Okay, the last thing we're going to do is dressed black beans. For that, I'll take the pot here. And we're going to add the black beans. And they get a 1/3 cup, right?
Yeah, 1/3 of a cup per day is the serving size. So we used a whole can here, and you're just going to measure out your serving size each time you have it. Now, we did have a discussion before we started about rinsing the beans versus using the liquid that they come in. I've always rinsed off the liquid because it looks funny and there's a lot of salt in it. And Chris was telling me that apparently that's where the gas comes from. If you get gas from eating beans, she tells me that it's from the liquid that they come in, not the bean themselves.
Yep.
So we decided that we would rinse the beans, but then add 1/4 of a cup of just plain water just to put the liquid back in.
For this recipe. You can because we're going to be heating it up in a saucepan, you can have the beans just rinsed like that for other purposes, but for this recipe they'll taste better with a little bit of liquid added back. So we have our can of black beans here, and I think it was a 14-ounce can, right?
I believe it was just whatever the standard sort of smaller size can.
Should be 14 ounces, and then we're going to add 2 ounces of onion to that.
Pre-chopped and pre-measured.
There we go. I'll put the green onion in there too. There's that. Then we're going to add in our teaspoon of garlic. Should we try this one this time?
Let's try the pre-crush.
I've never used this before.
Really?
Mm-mm.
Ooh, somebody spends more time in the kitchen than me. That's only a quarter teaspoon, so
Oh,
you can
okay.
use 4 of those
I'll
if you
use
like.
4 of
Otherwise, I
those.
stole Jason's teaspoon from the kitchen.
1. They also sell at Trader Joe's these little garlic packets in the freezer section that look like they're in little ice cube trays. And if you're using something where you're going to be heating the garlic, you just drop that little cube into your food. And as the food heats up, the garlic melts. And it's pretty yummy.
Magic. We
Yep.
love Trader Joe's.
All right, so there's our garlic. And then next we're going to add a tablespoon of cilantro. What's our tablespoon?
Oh, there it is.
With a little bit of oil. So really, you're going to heat up this mixture, the garlic, the onion, and the beans for about, 5 minutes or so until it starts coming to a little bit of a boil. And then you're going to add the cilantro and our cayenne, quarter teaspoon of cayenne.
Ooh, spicy.
Let's just go ahead, our teaspoon is messy.
Oh, I'll just wipe it off. I'm not guessing on a quarter teaspoon of cayenne. That's going to be a lot. Okay, quarter teaspoon.
Right?
So this is going to be pretty spicy and pretty heavy on the garlic as well, right?
Right.
So if you don't do well with like really strongly flavored stuff, you might back that off.
Yeah, this is bold. Okay.
I love it.
So again, you're going to cook the beans and the onion together with the water until it comes to a little bit of a boil, medium-high, for about 5 minutes. You're going to add the cilantro and the seasoning and let it cook for about, 3 to 5 minutes more, and then it's done. Our garlic, because it's not heated, isn't breaking up very well, but I get the general idea.
And it smells good. Now, because we rinsed off the liquid that had all the salt in it, we agreed that you could use a little bit of salt if you need it to taste. There's still going to be plenty in the beans, but if you need a little bit, you could crack just a little bit over the top just as you're serving it, and that would be delicious. And
that's what that looks like. And you can substitute the white onion for green onion if you want. That would be really good too. That's it.
That's it. 3 new recipes. Thanks, Chris.
Yep, you're welcome.